Following Trump and Brexit, the question on everyone's mind is, where's the ringgit heading? Where are the Asian currencies heading? And will Yellen finally raise rates and what it means for the region? We talked to Forex specialist FXTM's Jameel Ahmad for his take. So we're talking to Jameel Ahmad this morning and we'll talk currency. So, okay, before anything else, the ringgit, the big story of the time, where is it going? Is it just going to crash? It's now the worst performing currency in all of Asia. So, you know, your background in Forex, where is it going to go?
Well, thank you very much for having me firstly. Look, the ringgit is hitting the floor, volatility across the currency markets, but this is a dollar story. The dollar is the king of the currency markets right now, and it's not just the ringgit that's falling. Every currency is falling against the dollar. Today I'm in Malaysia, so you can ask me about the ringgit. Yes, the ringgit has suffered. Last week I was in Jakarta, same questions about the rupiah. A few weeks back I was in Beijing and Shanghai, same questions about the Chinese currency as well. Literally every currency is being thrown around against the dollar. British pound is down 30% this year. The euro is down to a new 11-year low just last week.
Exactly.
The Japanese yen, dollar yen, now at the election, 101. End of last week, 113. This is a dollar story. So what I would say to these viewers who are concerned about the local market and the local currency is that what you're experiencing today and over the past couple of weeks is not limited just to your economy. And of course, Malaysia, if you look against a basket of different currencies, the ringgit is not going to be bad performing everywhere. It's a dollar story.
No, but then you see that people are also questioning how much of this is the external, but how much of it is like internal as well. And ultimately, where is it going to go, the ringgit? Are people going to, are these new lows, or are we just going to keep seeing that?
These are market influences, so they are external circumstances. This is a huge dollar drive throughout the currency markets, and the dollar is riding high against any global currency. Market influences, there's no problem with the domestic economy. Yes, growth is slowing, but it's still growth. There's no problems of international confidence in your economy. It's literally every investor is purchasing the dollar. How low can the ringgit go? We know there's milestone lows around the 450 area.
Yeah.
But this dollar is technically looking very strong.
$485, do you think that's going to be
actually, because this is a dollar story, it's difficult to project. If there were concerns about Malaysia as well, and if there were more wider concerns about the economy, yeah, we could go much further. But how long is this dollar run going to last? It looks at the moment, and these are very high volatile environments, that the dollar will run this high until Trump actually gets inaugurated and takes over office, which means we might have another 2 months left.
Okay, so let's talk about the dollar story, and because it's related to how the Asian currencies are going to do. Do you think Janet Yellen is going to raise rates? Is she finally going to pull the trigger?
I believe that the Federal Reserve have to pull the trigger. A couple of different reasons why, and I'm going to dissect them. The Federal Reserve have been preparing the financial markets for an interest rate rise for months. And there's no reason why they shouldn't be raising rates in December. There's 100% expectations that they're going to raise interest rates in December. So if they don't, there's going to be a lot of volatility. On top of this, from a credibility standpoint, the Federal Reserve has said throughout 2016, we will be raising interest rates. Our bias is towards raising interest rates. There's nothing that's happened with the election outcome in terms of market volatility that can prevent this. US equity markets are actually making new highs. If Trump was elected and the markets were literally on a tumble and there was turbulence globally and US stocks were being shoved all over the place, then the Federal Reserve could say this market volatility is too high.
Let's talk about Europe a touch, because we see the rise of populism, we see the rise of all these guys taking over who actually might not have business-friendly policies. Already they're feeling the sting of Brexit. Is it just going to get worse when Brexit finally does happen in May?
Now, this is an interesting...
Allegedly.
That's the thing, nobody knows when Brexit could really happen, right? No, this is one of the risks right now, and it's why it's very interesting, is because somebody on the outside could say is that political risks and political issues are actually in Europe. And the recent populism victories in the United Kingdom and also in the United States could be encouraging political parties in Europe. We know we have German elections next year. We've got French elections next year. We've even got an Italian constitutional reform this weekend, sorry.
Yeah.
So there are political risks that are coming. Are political parties going to take encouragement from what's happened in other areas of the world? Possibly. So this means this populism story's got more legs to run. It's also why the euro in 3 trading weeks has fallen from 1.15 against the dollar, which was the night of the election, to as low as 1.05 at the end of last week. Perhaps the euro is going to fall even more, which means it might not be that bad if the ringgit falls as well.
Okay, let's bring back to just basically what you think for 2017. Does everybody just get out of Asian currencies? Is it just going to be a lost cause because it's going to be all just dollar?
No. I think we need to be positive here because, again, this is a dollar story. Dollar's the king of the currency market. So this is a story where the dollar is strong against everything and everything in comparison is weak against the dollar. It doesn't matter whether that's the Malaysian ringgit, the Indonesian rupiah, Chinese yuan, euro, Japanese yen or the British pound. Dollar's strong. But if you looked at the local currency against the British pound, you would have seen that until a couple of weeks ago, the ringgit was strengthened against the UK currency. Over the past couple of days, the ringgit's probably strengthened against the euro because of what's happened to the euro dollar. So I would not say no, this is time to get out of the Asian currencies. This is just a dollar story, let's be positive.